Guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Heather. I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, elementary and high school age. Today I am going to be doing a week of daily plans. Obviously right now is just the first day, but throughout the rest of the video I will have the rest of the week. I have not been in my daily planner, my Erin Condren Daily Duo, for most of the start of 2024 because I had been using the Common Planner from Sterling Inc. I do have a video all about why I've gone back to my Erin Condren. Mainly it is because this is just too small and I don't think that the A5 size would be large enough either. It's not too small for the daily pages. This is manageable. This is totally manageable for the daily layouts that I need to do, but the weekly and monthly sections are just too small. So I'm back in my Erin Condren planners. Last week I posted a weekly plan with me, which will correspond to what I'm talking about in today's video. Right now, let's be honest, it is almost 10:15. Yesterday, we set the clocks ahead and I am absolutely exhausted. It didn't help that it was so windy last night and it's so windy today. I'm a little concerned we're going to lose power, but when it is super windy and you just hear that all night, I didn't sleep well. So I did not even get out of bed until 8 o'clock this morning. Jack and Lucy were already awake, had already eaten breakfast. Emma didn't get up until 9, and I really am just starting my day. I actually just planned out my week and filmed that video. So I'm actually going to come in, and one thing that I did start doing that I really like was putting some highlighters around my time blocks. Usually I will just write an arrow, but these are like dual tip markers or dual ink markers from Erin Condren. They come in like a 12 pack, I think. And so I just grabbed a few. Purple is our family / homeschool color always. Yeah, so I'm going to do a little bit of a to-do list for today. So the first thing that I will put are my dailies, which are clear floors, vacuum surfaces, and my office desk, which I've started homeschool planning for next year, as well as trying to finish up this current year. And so I actually brought a folding table from the basement, and it is full of books. My desk is full of books and binders, and there's just a lot of stuff here. It really needs to be cleaned up. My focus really this week needs to be on homeschool, but I also have a lot of work stuff to do as well. So I have my Patreon and MHN, Main Homeschool Network, which I did already check in with everybody this morning. Briefly, I was still waking up when I got up at 8 and posted on Patreon. Yeah, so I'm also filming today, week of daily plans, which I'm doing right now, and my weekly plan with me, which I did before this video. Today's going to kind of be a Monday reset. I'm referring to my weekly plan here. I need to do laundry. I need to wash the floors, and I also want to pack up some winter gear. Although, as soon as I pack it up, I put it on my weekly plan because I really want to get my entry closet cleaned out. We have so many pairs of boots and winter coats and fleeces, because some days it's actually warmish and we do not need a winter coat. And then we also have all of the snow pants and things in there. And I just want to get it out of the entryway closet so I can get that kind of clean and organized. But as soon as I pack up that winter stuff, it's going to snow again. And because we haven't had any snow at all this year, I think that my kids will want to go out and play in the snow and sled, especially Lucy. I don't know. We'll see. All right. I also want to do some food prep today. I'm going to do chicken, 5 pounds of chicken that I'm going to cook. And then I also want to make rice. I want to roast some potatoes. And I did put cook bacon on here, but I'm not going to do that today. I would rather cook the bacon like when I'm actually going to make the recipe. So I'm not really sure. I have to look at the recipes again. I do have chicken confetti casserole for dinner tonight, and I do need the bacon for that, but I don't know. I also have dust furniture, which I'll put under Monday reset. I think I'm going to have Lucy do that, and then clean out my purse. I actually want to clean out all of my purses / bags that are in my office closet right now. I have a few that I kind of am in and out of, and each one has like a different wallet and stuff. So I just want to kind of go through all of those. Okay, so I will let you know that I almost always do a morning routine. There are very few days that I do not have my same coffee Bible plan routine. This morning I did not do it. I was up at 8 and immediately working on things. So let's see. It is 10:18 right now. I am going to probably say that I am going to do work tasks until 11. Now, my kids are homeschooling right now. They're doing their work. And as soon as I finish this video, I will check in with them. But then I'm going to go back to some of the work tasks that I needed to get done before school, but because I got up late, I have not done. So some of these things will be repeats, Patreon and MHN, and then film. Okay, but then I will also put, because everybody started homeschool at 9, and that will probably go until 2. They're just working on their independent work at the moment, and once I finish up with my work stuff, I will sit down with everybody to do their history. Sorry guys, I can't talk and draw at the same time. We will take a little break in here for lunch, and then this afternoon I will be doing my home management stuff and hopefully also working a little bit on my reading. I'll share that with you in a second. So one thing I'm not really sure about is what I'm going to be doing for my planners. Planner launch season is fast approaching, so we will see. I've considered just having my daily planner. I talked about this a little bit in that video, and then using one of these weekly schedule pads, which this is what I use for my kids for their homeschool planning. But I don't know. I think that maybe I am just a daily and weekly planner, and then I just have to give myself some leeway on the weeks that I don't do a weekly plan, because I don't necessarily always have to have a weekly plan in place. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't need a daily plan, it just kind of depends on what I'm doing. I like to have the daily plan because it gives me a lot of space to work on things. I don't know. So I am reading 2 books right now. I just started Powerless by Lauren Roberts. It just came into the library last week, and so I started it this weekend. I'm only, how many pages in? Like 140 pages. I haven't had a ton of time to sit down and read it. I've only had like 10 or 15 minutes here or there. So I'm going to hopefully get through that book this week. We will see. And then the other book that I am reading at the moment that I literally just started this morning is Slow Productivity by Cal Newport. He also wrote Digital Minimalism and Deep Work, 2 books that I really, really love. I bought this on Kindle because the physical book was like $30, and the ebook was $15, so that was kind of a punch in the gut too. And my library does not, well, they do have a copy, but there's like 40 holds on it, and so I knew that I was not going to get it probably until the summer, and I really wanted to go through this. It's something that I think will be applicable to my goals for 2024, so I really wanted to read it sooner rather than later. These types of books I prefer to have physical copies of so that I can annotate and underline and take notes, etc. I will still take notes and write out quotes in my book journal, but it will just be a little bit more challenging to do that. I'm a physical book person for nonfiction, but fiction books I love to read on my Kindle because I'm just reading for the story. So I'm starting this. I would like to be able to spend some time reading that. Most of my nonfiction reading is done early in the morning as part of my morning routine, but I am going to try and take some time to do that during the day. It will just depend. It will most likely be when I'm kind of in a break with my homeschooling. I talked a lot about this in my membership community when I went through the routines workbook from Cultivate What Matters, on how I'm trying to have specific points in the day where I am online communicating with people through emails, through my Facebook group, etc. And then using the margin time where I would typically just get online to check something as time where I'm able to either read something enjoyable, something informative, or do some sort of hobby type project. So if you're interested in any of that, I will leave a link in the description box for my membership community. I did a whole series on that. So this is Monday. We'll see how far I get, and I will update you in a few seconds. Okay guys, let's check in on Monday. It is actually about 3:30 on Monday afternoon, and typically I will do my daily planning the morning of, but because I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, I was thinking about it and realized it makes a whole lot more sense for me to actually do my planning for tomorrow this afternoon, just so that I'm not rushing around in the morning as I'm trying to get out the door. So let's check in on today. I'm in the middle of my home management tasks block. I'm getting the food prep done. I did not wash the floors, and I don't think I'm going to today. I was going to do it, but then I didn't. I also have not cleaned off my office desk. I am still planning to do that this afternoon after I finish recording this, but I did want to get my plan for tomorrow done, and then I also want to do some editing of some videos that I have for next week. So I do need to get into that a little bit. We spent a lot of today homeschooling. Obviously, when I recorded my daily plan this morning, it was very late, and the kids have done a good job with school. Emma is still working on her Spanish, but Jack and Lucy are done. So it's been overall a good day, even with the much later start. But I do have to finish up the food prep. I'm going to push the floors off until later in the week, and then hopefully once I'm finished with this, I can just clear up my office really quickly. Okay, so tomorrow is the 12th, and I have a doctor's appointment at 9. So I am going to put appointment, and I'm going to have to leave at 8:30, and it's at 9 and goes to maybe 9:45. So I will probably be home hopefully by 10:30. Now my hope is that my kids will be doing homeschool while I'm gone. They ought to be doing homeschool while I'm gone. Lucy may not, and that is okay. We will do lunch here. Now, obviously, it's a little bit different because of the morning. I am going to most likely be getting up early tomorrow. So I'll put my AM routine, and I will put work tasks at 6:30. I have backed off on my 3-tier morning routine recently because once we got back to school in January, my kids started getting up early, and my older kids have started getting up at 6:30 so that they can start their days. But when they get up at 6:30, my morning routine kind of changes, and instead I sit and chat with them for a little bit and then help them get breakfast or tea or whatever they may need. And so I don't have as much focus time to work on the journaling that I usually do in tier 2, like my guided journals and extra resources that I'm working through, nonfiction books, etc. So if I don't have it done by 6:30, I don't do it in the morning. I choose other points during the day to work on those things, but I will be up early getting my work tasks done, and then get ready at 7:30, and then leave for my appointment, home, hopefully check in with kids here, and homeschool with Lucy. I will put here, Then I'm also going to put another larger homeschool block in the afternoon because I will have to do history with everybody, and I know I won't have time because I'll just be working on like math, language arts with Lucy during this time. Okay, so I'll put my dailies down, and that is clear floors. You would think that I wouldn't have to clear floors every single day, but I do. And I've just accepted it. It is one of those things. The kids do pitch in, but oftentimes it's like dog toys or just books that we've been reading that are piled up on the floor that I need to move before I can do the vacuuming. But a lot of it is the dog toys that kind of come out overnight and do not get put back in her basket. So, okay, for food tomorrow, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I think it will be leftovers from whatever I make tonight, which I think tonight is going to be that chicken confetti casserole thing, and rice. Okay, so I need to check in with Patreon. I need to check in with Maine Homeschool Network. I would like to write some posts for when I'm off on my social media break. If I can get 2 of those done, that would be good. I need to, I'll put homeschool here because that is a task that I need to make sure that I'm doing tomorrow. Cleaning the microwave is on my weekly plan, so I will put that there. I'll put restock toilet paper. I actually think I need to order some paper products now that I'm thinking about it. I don't need them for maybe a week or so, but in another week I will. I need some Dawn dish soap too, and I need dishwasher pods. So I'll have that. I'm supposed to be going to Target tomorrow after my appointment. Now I'm thinking that I will not have time for that. I might be able to do a quick run, but it won't be very long. Okay, and I might be able to just get the paper products. Then I will say home management and passion projects. So I will use my highlighter. Even though I have home management projects here, I'm actually putting my passion projects color because I didn't use it today and I want to. I will also do homeschool, and then everything in the morning is just going to be kind of chaotic, I think. I think that's all I'm going to put here for tomorrow, and we will see how far I get. It's possible that I will get more stuff done. I do have a homeschool unboxing video that I want to film. Just in case I have some time, I will have this written down for another thing to do, but I really don't have too many to-do list type things because I'm going to be so busy, gone during the morning, and then homeschooling and hopefully some home management stuff in the afternoon. Okay, so that is Tuesday, and we will see how it goes shortly. Good morning, friends. Let's take a look at Tuesday. So yesterday, I did not do my daily plan yesterday morning. I actually did it Monday afternoon. That was really interesting because I noticed that I didn't even look at my daily plan yesterday. And I don't know if it was because I essentially knew what I had to get done, or if it was just because I didn't do the plan in the morning, that it just kind of was not in my mind, or the fact that I was so busy early. I don't know. So anyways, we did have a good day yesterday. I was up, did my morning routine and got some work tasks done. I got ready to leave. I went to my appointment. I got home around 11, and then we kind of did a little bit of school before lunch, and then we did more homeschool. So it was very much this layout for yesterday. I did sit down yesterday afternoon to do some reading. I started the book Slow Productivity by Cal Newport, which is really, really good so far. I'm not very far into it. I've only read like the introduction and maybe half of the first chapter. I did not do any like home management tasks besides my dailies during this passion project block. And that is what it is. I did do leftovers. I did not put in a Target order because by the time I was done with my appointment, I didn't have time to go to Target. And I also did not clean the microwave or film my homeschool unboxing. So I didn't do some of the things. I did some of the things. I think that I am just one of those people that if I have something outside of the house in the morning, it really messes with the rest of my day. And I know that that sounds so silly, and there are people that are way busier with outside the home activities, but my focus really is on making sure that I'm homeschooling during the day and getting that stuff done. So I don't have as much time to do other outside of the house things, I guess. I don't know. But it is the 13th today. It's Wednesday. I was up at 6 o'clock and I did my morning routine and I did my work tasks and I did my communication routine. And this is something that I did with my membership community. Several weeks ago, I went through the routines workbook from Cultivate What Matters, and the two routines that I was focusing on were a communication routine and a margin routine. And if you want to see all of those videos in depth, I will leave a link for my membership community in the description box. Essentially what it was me taking some time to really focus on the questions and the emails and the Facebook group things that I have to do for my work each day and putting those in particular blocks of time instead of when I have a few minutes throughout the day. That was my default, to just get online and answer emails or Facebook questions or approve posts in my Facebook group or do things like that. And instead what I wanted to do is have a particular block of time to work on my communication routine. And then during those little margin periods throughout my day, I wanted to have a list of activities that I could do for more enjoyable purposes or hobby type things that I wanted to work on, books that I want to read, all of that kind of stuff. And so it has been going pretty well. It is not perfect by any means yet because I'm just starting to implement this routine in March. So it's definitely going to take me a little while. And as the seasons shift and we're not doing as much homeschooling, or mom intensive homeschooling in the spring and summer months, I will have to shift things around a little bit again. But I will leave a link in the description box if you want to check that out. Right now, it is actually 9:30 when I'm recording this. The kids and I have just been chatting this morning and doing breakfast and having kind of a slow start to the morning. Jack is actually already doing homeschool and Lucy is not doing homeschool yet, but she will be shortly. It is our passion project day today, so it's a little bit of a lighter day for me, and I have a few different things that I want to work on. I probably will not be doing history or read alouds today with the kids. At least that's my thinking as of right now. I have some cleaning stuff to do and I want to work a little bit on some homeschool planning for next year. I do have a box of books that I ordered from Sunlight that I need to go through. I am pointing to them. They are next to my desk, just to make sure that I got all of the books that were supposed to be in that order. So the first thing that I'm going to do is put our meal. Tonight I'm going to make sheet pan pizzas, and I don't know why I'm calling them sheet pan pizzas. I think I'm using like a jelly roll pan. I think it's, It's like a half sheet pan with little edges to make pizza. I will probably do 2 of those. I think I'm going to do like lots of veggies and some cheese, and the chicken that I made on Monday will all be part of that. And then I just need to make pizza dough. So I just need to make sure that I do that around lunchtime so that it is ready for me to make. Probably don't actually need to do it at noon. I probably should do it at 2 because I only need to do 1 rise. I feel like I need more coffee. I'm still adjusting to the time change. It's really bad. Okay, dailies, office desk. I have not done my office desk the past couple of days, and the homeschool planning is one of the reasons why, because I keep going through homeschool stuff, and so it is what it is. Homeschool planning. I need to clean out my entryway because we have gotten a lot of deliveries over the past week, so there's just a bunch of boxes that need to go into the garage and some paper trash. There's always so much paper. It's like, there's a lot of paper bags from the grocery store, which we don't need to reuse them. I have reusable grocery bags, but I never remember to bring them to the store with me. It is really terrible. So I want to clean out my entryway. I still have not cleaned the floor, which I was supposed to do on Monday, and I need to wash the sheets today. I actually have some laundry to fold and put away. I think it would be really good if I could wash the floors today because they are pretty gross, and that's because it's been muddy out and my dog comes in. I don't know, if you have pets, do you wash their paws before they come into the house after they've been outside? I have considered this, but I have not been able to ever manage doing that, and so I try to wipe them off, but I feel like I need to dip them in a bucket of water. I'm not sure that Izzy would be amenable to that. So I still want to clean the microwave out, and then I think that is all I'm going to put, because I do want to spend some time reading my book and taking some notes on that slow productivity book. And I'm also still reading Powerless by, I think, Lauren Roberts. I am about a third of the way through and I really like the book. It's really, really good. There are definitely some editing problems with that book, and I don't know if it's just because it's a first edition that they were just missed or what. So anyways, but the story is very, very good. I'm really enjoying it. So I checked in with Patreon, I checked in with Maine Homeschool Network. I would like to film my unboxing video today, but it's possible that will not be until tomorrow, and that is totally okay. So I will write it here, and if I have time, I will do it. So I'm going to put lunch here, and then I'm going to put home management here, and then passion projects here. It's kind of funny, now that I'm doing this communication routine, and I'm really focusing on not doing work tasks in those margin periods, I feel like I have a lot more time in my day, and I haven't quite gotten the hang of actually sitting down to do fun hobby type things during that time, but it is something that I'm actively trying to do, and it's really been just an interesting experience to recognize the time I have during the day and to kind of put things in particular blocks. I mean, I've been block scheduling for, oh my goodness, maybe 7 years, I think, is when I started block scheduling. So maybe 8 years, I don't know. And block scheduling is so very, very helpful for me to just keep me on track with what I need to get done. But what I notice is that when I'm block scheduling, I still do have margin times. I mean, I do during the homeschool block, I am actively homeschooling. I am all in with the kids, but there will still be some times, like if I give one of my kids a quiz or a test or something, and then I'm just letting them do that, and maybe Lucy's done with school for the day, and so I have 30 minutes of time where I don't necessarily want to start a big project because they may have a question or something, but I still want to be available, but I don't want to be so engaged in a new project that I can't stop when they need me. So that's kind of where my margin routine came into play for that routines workbook, where I have some set things and I have things in different rooms, or at least that's the goal, so that if I'm in the living room with the kids and they're working on their narration, they're writing their narration, I can sit down and read a book or work on a guided journal. Or if I'm in the kitchen, I can, grab a notebook and make some lists, which I do that a lot. There's a lot of list making in my in my home, but I'm not, instead of just jumping online and trying to answer a couple of questions, because once I get into that work mode, it's very hard for me to break away from that and get back into the homeschool mode. Whereas if I'm reading a book or knitting or doing something like that, it's very easy for me to shift back into homeschooling. So anyways, okay, so this is Wednesday. I will check in a few seconds to let you know how it went. Happy Thursday, friends. I hope you all are doing really well this morning. I did do my dailies except for my office desk, and that is because of this homeschool planning. I keep thinking that I will just get everything put away, but because I'm doing homeschool planning right now, it makes no sense for me to put everything away just to take it all out again. So I'm just kind of having to suffer with a little bit of a messier space, but it does actually save me time not having to take everything out every time I want to sit down and look at homeschool planning. We did homeschool yesterday. I did not do the entryway or the sheets. It was a beautiful day outside. The kids played outside. I spent a lot of time reading and it was a lot of fun. I also didn't wash the floors. I did this, and I did film some videos and edit some videos. So that was my home management block. Instead of, I did my dailies and then I spent most of this home management block homeschool planning and editing and filming videos. So, and then I fully engaged in my passion project block where I just sat and read. I'm reading, well, I think I've mentioned this maybe several times in this video so far, but I'm reading the book Slow Productivity by Cal Newport, and it's really, really good so far. And a lot of my thought processes around instant access and email and, social media, it's very similar to what he's writing about. So it's always nice when you see your own thoughts in writing by somebody else. So today is the 14th, and I am kind of surprised that we're already in the middle of the month. It's really crazy to me how quickly this quarter has been. And it's a little strange because typically the first quarter of the year, I do a lot of decluttering and cleaning out of things in the house. But my focus this first quarter has actually really been on rest. And that is just a little bit different than most first quarters as far as goals go. So it's just interesting. All right, so today I really need to wash the floors, but it's going to rain the next several days, and so I almost don't want to wash the floors. Yeah, okay, but I really do need to. All right, floors, vacuum, surfaces. I don't know why I'm going to put my office desk, but I am. I need to do my spend tracking reports for my budget today, and I also would like to wash the sheets if I can get those in now. It's like 8:30. I am filming a day in the life today, and I was up at 5 and sat down to start my morning routine at 5:30, but I didn't do my planning, obviously, because I'm filming this and it's too early for me to get on camera and film that early in the morning. So I did my AM routine until 6:30, and then I did my communications routine until 7:30, and then I got ready. I have made breakfast for the kids. It's almost 8:30 right now, and we're gonna start homeschool at 9. It's going to be a pretty full homeschool day because it's Thursday. Thursday is a pretty busy homeschool day. I am going to put the floors down again. I need to go to the library to pick up a book. I'd like to get the entryway done. I don't know why I'm putting all of this stuff here because this is a really busy school day for us, and so my homeschool block is actually until almost 2 o'clock. So we'll see how motivated I am this afternoon to work on things. So I did Patreon, MHN. I actually have my live stream this afternoon, which is a Q&A. Once a month, I have a live Q&A in my membership community. And the other weeks, we do a co-working session where we are using the Pomodoro technique to do 25 minutes of focus work followed by a 5-ish minute break. But once a month I do have a Q&A where you can ask me anything about homeschooling, planning, goals, home management, all of the things. So I will have that this afternoon. I am filming a day in the life today, which I think I already mentioned. So I will probably edit that later. Man, I don't know when I'm going to be able to go to the library. Maybe I will run out at lunchtime. So I don't know if I'll get the floors done or the library or the entryway. We'll see. Sometimes I put these things on my list and I know that there's no way they're going to get done, but I still put them down because I have faith that at some point I will actually get to it. And it does remind me each day when I'm doing new plans, oh, I didn't do that yet and I really need to. So we'll see. I don't know what I'm going to do for dinner today. I have a little bit of pizza left over from last night, but I feel like we'll probably eat that for lunch. And so I don't know. And I do have some chicken that I also have left over, so I could make maybe like a stir fry. You know, that sounds probably pretty good. And the time change has really messed me up. I'm sure it's messed most people up, but I keep thinking that it is earlier than it actually is. And so when I go to make dinner, I think that I have a lot more time to prep stuff. Even though I've prepped a lot of ingredients this week, I forget that I need like actual cooking time as well. And so then I end up not having enough time to get the meals made, and then I have to resort to something easier. I may end up doing something easy like bean burritos for dinner. I don't know. I will put read here because I would like to spend some time reading, most likely somewhere in here during our homeschool block, which is when I have some of those margin times. I am still mainly focused on homeschooling, but part of my communications routine that I have been talking about is instead of getting on the internet when I have 5 or 10 minutes between talking to the kids about specific subjects or doing history or whatnot, instead of getting on the internet, I am choosing to read or knit. It's been more reading lately, or actually homeschool planning, which I'm actually going to put here too. A little bit every day is really helpful, and I have no idea what I'm going to do next year. Originally, I was thinking that I was just going to do level E for Lucy, which we may still do. I know that I'm doing 6:30 for Sunlight, 6:30 for Emma's English, and I know that Jack is going to be doing geometry, but that's about as far as I've gotten. And now I'm considering whether or not I want Lucy to do level E, or if I want to do kind of like a gap year in Sunlight and instead do a little bit more state study. This year's an election year, so we could do a lot with like the Electoral College and, you know, different branches of government and all of that kind of stuff would be a lot of fun, or some state studies. I'm just not sure, guys. I need to sit down and work on that. And I can get some of the stuff now, and I have been getting some of the stuff prior to April 1st because I do buy a lot of my materials from Sunlight, and the prices change on April 1st, but I'm just kind of unsure what I should be doing next, and I need to sit down and just have a good chunk of time to consider it, and I haven't had all that much time lately to do that, so I don't know when that's going to be. I might spend more time on my monthly reset day, which is the 28th, doing that. We'll see. We'll see. All right, so this is Thursday, and we'll see how the day progresses. Good morning, friends. I did actually straighten up my desk yesterday. Happy Friday. Yesterday was a good day, and I got quite a bit done. I did do my live stream, and I did film my day in the life. A lot of it was just homeschool. I thought that I would wash the floors yesterday. I did not get to that. I did do the entryway, actually. I crossed it off that I wasn't going to do it, but I did end up doing that. Library, I did not go to the library, and I didn't wash the floors, but I got everything else done. So that was good. We had a really good Q&A for the live stream talking about burnout with your goals and how to kind of reset. So that was quite good, I thought. I did a little bit of homeschool planning. When I say homeschool planning, it's really more brainstorming for next year. I'm just all over the place with next year. I'm just not, I'm not there yet. And yeah, I don't know. Today is our screen-free day, and whoops, screen-free day. I don't know how today is going to go. I have a little bit of an eye issue going on today, so I don't know if I had an allergic reaction to something. I'm just not, my eyes are not feeling great today. So I don't know how much homeschool I'm going to be able to do. And typically on our screen-free day, I do a lot of reading with the kids, but I may just be resting my eyes today. So I was up early, I did my AM routine, and even though it is our screen-free day, I do my communications routine first thing. I probably will check in this afternoon as well. I had to run out to the drugstore this morning already. It is 9:15. So nobody has started school yet. I'm going to write homeschool for 9:30. Jack is actually still in bed and it's raining out. So I think that's part of the issue today, is that nobody wants to get up because the weather is crappy and it's dark, and that's not as fun. Emma just made breakfast and Lucy is writing a letter to her friend. She wants to write letters to her friends instead of copywork this week. So yesterday she wrote a letter to her cousin. Today she's writing a letter to one of her local friends. So today I'm hoping to really get a lot of reading done. But like I said, I don't know how that's going to be with my eyes. Okay, so floors, vacuum. Because I didn't wash the floors yesterday, I really should do that today, but because it's raining out, I'm not going to do that. I did clean up all of my desks in my office yesterday afternoon, so that was good. I mean, they're not cleaned off. Typically when I put office desk, I mean that everything is cleared from the desk and put away, and that is not the case, but things are tidied in nice piles instead of just all open and all over the place. Okay, I have laundry that I need to do. I do want to read. I'm reading that slow productivity book, and I am taking notes. So I want to do that, and I want to read Powerless, which I started reading a little bit more last night. I'm only 150 pages in, and it is quite good, but I've been only reading in 5 or 10 minute increments, and so it's taking me a really long time to get through the book. So I'm hoping to just sit down and read. I'm putting this here because this is one of my focuses on our screen-free day, is to give myself permission to sit down and really read. And some of it is research-based, like my nonfiction, and some of it is just fun. I need to do the upstairs bathroom, and then I need to do budget. Yesterday I did my spend tracking reports. Today I need to do my budget and bills for the next month. And then let's see, I checked in with Patreon this morning. I checked in with Maine Homeschool Network. And because it is our screen-free day, I think that is about it. Tonight, I might do some editing, but I'm not sure. Sometimes we'll give ourselves like a reprieve in the afternoon and watch a movie. But for the most part, I am off screens for the rest of the day, and I'm pleased about that. So I am going to put my passion projects here, and I'm actually kind of excited about that. I want to go through the quick start guide for the from Cultivate What Matters again, and if you're interested in that, they restocked them on March 18th, so they may still be available potentially. And so if you want one of those quick start guides, I definitely recommend grabbing it as soon as you can. There are so many great ideas in there for goals and to help reset your goals. If you are burned out, there's all kinds of different book ideas based on the CLE categories, the Cultivated Life Evaluation categories, as well as a couple others. There's podcast recommendations. I went through the book and I highlighted everything that I found value in, and it really helped me as I was going into 2024 to kind of recognize some of the things that I wanted to focus my time on. And because there are similar ideas within each of the CLE categories, and so I could kind of connect the dots as to, okay, well, I'm really feeling like I need to focus on relationships, or I'm really feeling like I need to focus on less technology usage. So it was a fun experience for me to kind of go through that. I definitely recommend it. I do have a link walking through that entire guide, and I will leave that in the description box if you're interested. This does not look like much at all, and it's possible that I will come in here and do more add more things, but for right now, I'm not going to add a whole lot just because I think that I am going to have to rest my eyes and I want to focus on reading, but that is not going to happen if my eyes are not working. So this is Friday and I will check back in a couple of seconds to you to let you know how the day went. Okay guys, so it is actually Monday when I am finishing up this video. I had hoped to finish it before, on Friday evening or early Saturday morning. However, my eye issues got worse as the day progressed and I was taking Benadryl and it pretty much knocked me out. I really don't like taking any sort of medication, but I really felt like I was having some sort of an allergy attack because my eyes were all swollen. It was terrible. So I was pretty much not functioning on Friday. I did do my dailies. I was able to get some laundry done and I did read. I finished Powerless. I have not spent as much time reading Slow Productivity. I'm about 17% in and it is really good so far and I'm enjoying it, but my primary nonfiction reading time is early in the morning and I was not able to really get into that. And then during the day, there are just too many interruptions during the day. Even when I was doing my passion project block, which was essentially me laying down on the couch reading and trying to rest my eyes between reading. I know it sounds silly because my eyes should have been closed, but I just read when I'm tired. It is what it is. But there are too many interruptions for me to really read nonfiction during the day. Questions, the kids just talking to me or whatever. So that is what it is. I did not do the bathroom. I did do the budget and bills. And so that was essentially my Friday. I hope that you enjoyed this week of daily plans. I am really, really excited to see the new planners from Erin Condren, the new designs. I'm really interested to see if they've changed anything about the daily duo. I would love to see like a blank page, the same as, what I normally have, this blank page between Sunday and Monday. But I would also love to see like a blank page for a brain dump and then a week at a glance. I don't know. I haven't seen anything about the new planners yet. By the time this video goes live, there may be more information out about the new planners and the new designs and everything, or changes they may be making for 2024, 2025 planners. I can't wait to share all that stuff with you, hopefully soon. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this little peek into my planning. It's always fun for me to do this, and it does help keep me accountable to get most of the things done on my lists. Obviously, there is no perfect day ever. There are days that are really, really great, but almost always something changes. And that is just the reality of being a mom, being a homeschool mom, having kids in the home, being home. There are always little interruptions that happen throughout the day. But it's how we deal with those interruptions that really, make up how our attitudes are and everything. So I feel good about this week. It definitely went downhill. Starting around Wednesday was when my eyes started bothering me, and they just got progressively worse as the week went on. So that is what it is. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.